You are asking me that what's my opinion on buying used guitars, right? Of this brand or any brand. Well, this is a very delicate subject matter here, because as you are trusting me as a referral for an answer, I feel obliged to give you the right answer for this. Otherwise, I will not sleep well, right? Because if I say, yeah, buy a new guitar, and then it comes wrong, or it's bad, or it has a problem, oh, you told me to do it, that's why I don't want to accept responsibility for this. And my answer is no, I never can advise you to buy a used guitar. Because why? In 30 years of experience, I have seen many friends going wrong with this thing, with the so-called great offers that people do online, anywhere. It can be on eBay or anything. People can do many things with guitars. Nonsense stuff like not taking care of humidity, for example. How do you know that the owner of that guitar, suppose the guitar has 2 or 3 years or 1 year, how do you know that this guy took care of humidity every day and controlled that it was not below 40% of humidity and the temperature and all that? How many flights the guitar had endured? You know, this luggage compartment of the airplanes, they throw the luggage in the guitars and everything. How do you know? Sometimes just in one flight, they bump there the case with the guitar inside, and then it comes disgluing some of the bracing, which is a very bad thing, right? If a guitar is not treated properly, how do you know? Just because you are seeing a picture there. With a picture, unless I can see the guitar like this, hold it in my hands and try to see exactly if it is in good condition. All the fretboard, how is the fretboard? One of the most common things is that people do not take care of humidity, for example, and then guitars have an issue, although they look very nicely, have an issue in the neck, and then that will affect tuning, right? And sometimes even people who knows that the guitar had a small problem, because say they went in vacation and then they left the guitar there 2 weeks, they left the guitar there in a hot apartment, or in the summer they left it there and then nobody put humidifier and took care of the guitar. And then when you buy that, the guitar has a problem, and they know it has a problem sometimes, and that's why they are giving it in less money. One of the patterns which I can only confirm in 30 years of experience, I have seen this. Careful, listen this well, because this is very important. There is one pattern which is always there. It's a confirmation that there is something wrong with the guitar. It's when the seller is posting an ad or something, and then it's a great offer because he's saying the guitar is in great condition, it has had only one owner, and it's me, and I took care perfectly, I swear it, it's in perfect condition, the guitar. It's like new, mint condition. They said that, right? And this is a high model, if it is, especially if it's a high-end model, and they are giving it for a lot less of what is its real price, then this means for sure that there is something wrong with the guitar, for sure. You can think whatever you want, but just by a picture you cannot know. Unless I see the guitar, I cannot tell you if it is a good idea to buy it or not. I have to see it personally. And therefore, for example in AG, sometimes they ask me feedback when they doubt that someone comes and with a guitar to them and said, well, this guitar have been wrong, has a problem, or is bent, or something happened, I want my warranty, right? And then if they doubt about how that guitar has been treated, then they call me and then they send me the guitar and I check it, and then I confirm to them, yes, in fact, this guitar was not treated properly, and there was a lot of negligence in this humidity control thing or temperature control issues, stuff like that. And then, of course, they deny the warranty, right? Because it says very clearly in their official website, I will post the link in the description of this video so that you can see it. It says there that if you neglect to take care of the guitar, like humidity problems or that, then that's your fault. You cannot claim a warranty because you did the mistake of not taking care of the guitar, right? And then those people, what they do? They immediately, after being denied, as soon as it is for obvious reasons, duly denied a warranty on AG, for example, what they do? Then they post an ad and sell it to some fellow there, to some guy there that is searching for a guitar, and then they put it, the characteristic of this thing, what's the sign is that they will ask a lot less money than what's its value. And then for sure it has something wrong. Or this gluing the bracings, or it has problems in the neck, which is the most common problem, at least in the very few times that I have checked guitars for AG, which they may consider or have a doubt about if it is inside the terms and conditions of their warranty, right, specified unambiguously on their official website. Then they ask me, because I am an expert on this thing, because I have been 30 years having guitars, and I have played, just in this channel, I have played like 500 guitars, or 300 at least, right? And how many guitars do you think I have seen in my life? Of this brand and of any brand? In childhood I have seen thousands, so I know what happens, how people treat them or not. And therefore, when you buy a guitar there, they send you the picture and they tell you it's in perfect condition, in mint condition, but you don't know what is inside, you don't know how it's a fretboard, you don't know if it's bent, you don't know how it has been treated, how many flights they did with the guitar, or did they take care or not. They went to vacation and leave one guitar in a room there inside the closet, and then it, of course, it gets damaged there. So it's very risky to buy used guitars, and especially if the guy comes and says, for example, someone just last night, someone asked me that, there is one person saying, well, I have 5 guitars or 6 guitars, and then, well, I want to sell them all because I just woke up from bed one day, and then suddenly I have desire to sell them all. No, this is just obvious. Don't ask me what does it mean that. It means, it's very evident, it means this guy had the guitars there, he ruined all, and now he prefers to get at least half back of his investment, preying on some innocent guy there. Just like people is asking me many times, this happens. Every month someone asks me, is this a good guitar or not? Or is it authentic? Because you may even get a copy, which is not even original. That has happened also. Because there are copies, and to know if it is a great copy, just like paintings. In paintings, in painting art, there may be copies also that are, sometimes they even fool the experts in the museums. In fact, you can watch, there is a movie about this thing. I don't remember the name, but it's a very interesting movie because it portrays the life of one guy who was a very good painter, and he was hired by the mafia to make copies of paintings to sell in millions of dollars or a lot of money. Right? And in fact, he was so great that after when the police catch him, they hired him to control what was a copy and what was not a copy. And then he said that 5% of the material in every museum is fake. It's a forgery. Right? So you may even get a forgery, and issue number 1 is that you buy a used guitar and you don't have warranty, because that privilege is forfeited the very moment that it changed owner, right? So the guitar will have, for example, in AG I am saying, which is, by the way, the only guitar that I know has a warranty for life. And if you treat it well, it has warranty always. And in fact, I have never seen, in 30 years, I have never seen one warranty being claimed on AG. I mean, an appropriate claim of warranty. Right? People who ask for warranties because they ruin the guitar out of their negligence, and they are so cynical that they go there and want to get another guitar because they didn't take care. And it's enough to be negligent 2 or 3 days. Don't think that is, oh wow, you have to put it there in the Sahara Desert. No, you may be one day another person left the guitar in the trunk of the car with the sun there. I think 2 or 3 days only. And of course it ruined the guitar. The guitar was ruined. Let me see if, I will ask if I can post at the description of this video the link of that. Because those are private videos I sent for feedback to AG, right? Because they want to verify what's my opinion on this, how this guitar has been treated. And of course they send the guitar to me to know if it was negligence there or if it's really a defect or a problem. And then of course if there is a problem, they will immediately give you another guitar, which has never happened by the way, because I also have mini guitars and I never had any problem. Why? Because I treat them well, I take care of them properly. So at least one of these things you should know. Whenever a person is trying to sell a guitar, a big, great offer, especially high-end guitar, in much less than what's the value of the instrument, say they are asking half price or something like that, then you have to doubt. You have to think why this guitar costs so much and now they are selling it for $3. It has to have a problem, for sure. This for sure, 120% of the time I have verified this pattern there. So it's very unsafe, you know. I could buy a new guitar from friends, from intimate friends, or from people that I know perfectly well how they behave and how they treat the guitars. It's like if you have a dog, say you have a pet or a dog there, and you go on vacation 1 month to Africa. You don't leave the dog there to die without food and no, they go to, there is even places specialized to take care of pets, right? Because otherwise it will die, right? If I buy a dog and I leave it in one room there, I go on vacation and leave it in a room or in a house without food and water, it probably will die. And now I don't go there to the place where I bought the dog and said, oh, you give me another dog, because your dog was defective, right? This kind of things. So, and also another thing, by a picture, you can never know how the guitar is. You need to see it, unless I see it personally. I cannot tell you really if it's okay or not. And therefore it's very risky. So, thing number one, you buy a new guitar, what happens? Happens that, first of all, you don't have warranty. And that's the difference between buying from any person, a private person or someone there that sells in eBay or anywhere, or buying it from the authorized distributor, from AG or from their authorized distributors, right? So if the guitar if you buy the guitar from the authorized distributor, then you have a warranty, valid warranty. Other people, what they do is try to fix, they bring the guitars to Lucía's there and then fix things or refract it wrong or means they make a bad repair or repairs that were not needed. And they do that, and then what happened? Then they claim the warranty. Then AG said, no, we cannot give you warranty because here it says in our link that if any work performed by unauthorized persons will void your warranty immediately. And then what means authorized means that you have to ask, who do you think can repair? Do you think this person is good to repair this thing? If it has an issue, suppose it cracked or something, then that's another thing, right? Because if you bump the guitar somewhere and it cracks, then that's not a problem of AG or of anyone. That was your fault. Now, when you have to go for a repair, suppose you have to refret the guitar, you be careful who you are giving the guitar, and therefore better ask. Ask before, because if you don't want to void your warranty, one has to do that, right? It's like if suppose I buy a Mac, and then something goes wrong, or I think is wrong, and maybe it's not wrong. Like this bossing fret thing, which there is appropriate bossing and there is bad bossing also. I will post at the description of this video about that. And so people think, well, this guitar, but they don't know that flamenco guitar has to have a little bit of boss. Otherwise, this bossing thing, if it is excessive, no, but if it is a little, then that's how flamenco guitar is. Otherwise, it will be classic guitar, right? And what people do is send the guitar to just the cheapest luthier possible, and then they ruin the instrument, and then they go to AG, they want to claim a warranty, and then they say, no, here we said in the official website, work performed by unauthorized persons will void your warranty immediately. And then what they do? They will go and try to sell it to someone in half price, let's say, right? Those are the great offers. And then you are getting that by the picture. Sometimes are very subtle things, Like, for example, issues on the neck because of not controlling temperature or humidity. It's delicate, this topic. Like, you cannot buy it with a picture because the guy is saying, well, yeah, it has only one owner and I swear it, I treat it very nicely. No, that's not a safe place to be, right? So I cannot advise you to do that. I could buy a guitar from a friend that I know exactly how he did every day with that guitar, only. And then there is people that I have complete trust on them, and therefore I know if the guitar is perfect condition because I know from who it's coming, right? Like my friend Custodio, for example. If he sells me a new guitar, I will buy it immediately. Why not? Of course he will not sell it, but if he wants to sell, because I know people is very, very meticulously exact in taking care of fine instruments, of high-end instruments, then no problem. But unless you know that, there is a very high possibility that the risk. Why do you want a guitar without warranty? First of all, this is wrong. You need to have the warranty, and therefore buying just from anywhere, it may be a copy, it may have an issue, and most of all, if it's cheaper than what it's the price, the real price of the guitar, for sure it has a problem. So, yeah, this is the answer for your question. I hope it helps you, and any doubt you have, you just ask me and I'm willing to help you in any way, right? I always try to help to answer that, but in fact, by experience I can tell you that is not a good idea at all. No, because you have to have, especially if you will have an instrument for life, right? Why do you want to risk that with the so-called great offers? That's not a great offer, right? That's kind of a scam, because they know, say the warranty was refused, and then what they do? Offer it in half price. So he knows the person there. You be careful. You have to be an expert to know. Unless you are an expert, how do you know it? You don't know. That's why the people ask me, even AG asked me, because I have seen everything in all countries. I live in 5-6 countries, everywhere. So I travel all over the world, and I know what is to go to there with the guitar, to this, then you go to say for example, in Miami or something, it's very hot outside, and then you enter one place with the conditioned air, and then you're playing there in the studio. Or in Canada with 30 -0, with snow, with 2 meters of snow, and then you go inside with a place that has heaters, and then you do it again, and then you go outside, like you don't know what happens if it is in a very cold room also, it affects everything. So temperature and humidity things, this is essential. These are just the basic things. And anyway, I will post in the description. The first link you will see is how to use the humidifier, because if you take care of your guitar will be forever in shape. In fact, I show guitars, and I will post also at the description guitar if a guitar improves with time or not, the link about these old guitars and if it's better or not. And well, the answer is that if a guitar is great, it will be great always. It will be actually better. I have guitars, I show in that video, I show guitars from 15 years ago in perfect condition. Why? Because I take care, right? So if I'm going to buy that, then no problem. But if I will buy who knows what by a picture, then that's your risk. I just say what my confirmed experience about this topic. So I hope it will help you. Thank you, and I see you next time.
Mm-hmm.